welcome back to Slovenia. It's day 2 of Division 3 here at the European Athletics Team Championship. The Icelandic team will think the job is done, but there are 3 spots for promotion. If it's half as good today as that which we enjoyed yesterday, we are in for an absolute belter. Let's do this.
Jipsi Moreno will take maximum points for Albania with a national record to boot of at least 66.81. She loves this once again, and I think that is the longest that we've seen so far from Jipsi Moreno. And you can just see the fluidity with which she moves through the circle, very much in control. All of those years of experience. It's come up as 67.96. So another metre and more added to that new Albanian national record, which until recently had been 59 metres.
Confirmation of the scores. Oh, Moldova and Bosnia-Herzegovina no longer separated by a point. They are absolutely dead level on 2:08. This is going to get pretty tasty over the next few hours. It's now Sarajevo. An excellent second jump to follow up the 13.27 in the third. 13.44 is the lead. Oh, she floats through the air, doesn't she? Irresistible to watch. She's been around for such a long time at the top. Sarajevo. Still only 29. Born and raised in Baku. So many triple jump titles. She's won the last 2 for Azerbaijan. Now what distance? 13.29 for second. 13.87. Sarajevo is into the lead in the penultimate round. And that is only 2 centimetres shy of her lifetime best. So Gunnarsdottir now knows she needs to break her PB if she's to wrestle this win away from Sarajevo. Oh, that looked big. That looked big. How big? She's never before gone better than 13.61. But for how much longer? Oh, there's a roar. I think it's from her. How far is it? We're still waiting. It must be a PB. But what's she done? Right, it was very big. I think we can only assume... Oh, fabulous. She hasn't retaken the lead, but it's a new national record with 13.72. The Icelandic athletes are absolutely flying here. So inspired. 13.87 leads for Sarajevo. And Gunnarsdottir has just smashed the national record for Iceland. Wow. Well, what a battle this could be, and Rausch has got away really well here. Lovely solid technique at the moment, legs snapping down between the barriers, and Johannesdottir has got a little bit of ground to make up. Oh, the Luxembourg athletes flying. Second place for Johannesdottir, and Garic, useful points for Bosnia in third. Rausch had the quality on paper, and she has delivered a wonderful piece of sprint hurdling. Lovely technique, never threatened. It is a new lifetime best by 100th of a second. That was a world-class piece of short, sharp sprinting from Rauch, and Garic also dipping under 14 seconds, and that will be a new PB for her as well by a couple of hundredths. So this is where we are. Oh, look at that, Alex. Only 3 points separating Bosnia in third with Moldova in fourth. And the Maltans have moved up to fifth, 20 points ahead of Georgia in sixth. This is absolutely game on for that third promotional spot back up to Division 2. It's tight, isn't it?
Well, McNamara was second in both the 800 and 1500 a couple of years ago in Horso. She has an opportunity to be in the top spot once again. She has a personal best of 4:12.64, which is a best ever by any athlete from Malta. Yes, maybe she hoped to try and run a fast finish out of some of the other athletes. But are they just going to come past? Is she going to be able to try and manage a gap to this lead group? It's the Kosovan athlete that's now trying to come past here. So Gresa Bakraci, who is also a quality athlete with a personal best of 4:20. She's finished in the top 3 in the past. That was in 2019. This looks like it's going to be a really good battle then in the closing stages. Bakraci of Kosovo trying to hold off McNamara of Malta. She's gritting her teeth there, the Kosovan, on the inside. Very experienced athlete, but around the outside, once again, a great tactical display by Gina McNamara. And what a sensational middle distance double from the Maltese athletes. Coming through in 4:27.23. So didn't have to run one of her fastest times, but still had to be tactically astute. Have to be really impressed then with a double victory. That's what, 28 points for McNamara across the third league. So here is the full confirmed result then. Gina McNamara of Malta first in the 800 and 1500 metres. A fantastic second place for Kosovo as well.
Gunnarsdottir, 1763 indoors in Houston earlier this year, based over in the States. Are we going to see an improvement from Gunnarsdottir? Leading. Oh, that's another really big throw. As Coolio booms out on the PA, Gangster's Paradise. Well, I think this is an athlete's paradise, or certainly a thrower's paradise. Yes, and another victory for Iceland. Emilianov did indeed retire after the 5th round. So perhaps 1 or 2 points being lost there. Many people would have felt that Emilianov would have beaten Gunnarsdottir, but not to be. Oh, the Moldovans are back in third, but there's only 3 points in it. Iceland are away and clear, forget about them. Luxembourg look just about home and hosed. It is Bosnia against Moldova. That's the subplot here in Division 3.
Well, it's no foregone conclusion that Amel Tuka would win this race. He does have a personal best of 1:42.51. His season's best this year, 1:48.2. And Matisse Espagnier of Luxembourg, we've been talking about their improvement right across, particularly the track events over the last couple of years.
Yes, Tuka's been there, done it, bought the T-shirt and won the race. But he's got a little bit to do here, and if he's not careful, Gereg will box him in. And in fact, they've just had a little clash of shoulders, and I think that may have woken Tuka up, who's now got ahead of the Moldovan and now has the sights of Thaki in front of him. Very brave front running from Espagnier, but can he carry it on, the man from Luxembourg?
Still, this is a very sensible strategy to make it another fast race following that initial performance from Mkhitaryan. So, Espagner's been leading them out, but you just know that Tuka is queuing up behind to try and come past, like McNamara did around the outside, and the Bosnian looks down and then eyes up into the distance at that finish line, over to that clock. He's looking over, powers away. Amel Tuka, at the age of 34, another terrific performance to win just as he did 2 years ago in Poland. So, maximum points then for Bosnia, and that should really help them consolidate a top 3 spot.
Sun's out, guns out for Tuka, still delivering at the highest level.
Amel Tuka, as you can see, their best part of a second ahead of Espagnier, and obviously those are the teams at the moment in third and second, Bosnia and Luxembourg. Overall, you can see that Georgia, they're starting to slip out of promotion contention when you consider now it's more than 40 points. So now they get going. Watch out for Gasparelli then. From lens 6 through the centre, she bettered that time in the 100 that she'd set on a fast track at the Paris Olympic Games last summer. But you can see Klesdottir and Valieva are fighting here. So through the centre. Is it going to be Hlesdottir or is Valieva going to come out in front? No, it is the Icelandic 17-year-old with another personal best. And this time it's by 2.5 tenths. But I was wondering whether she's going to break out into a smile or it's just going to be customary for her to smash another PB. Valieva with a national record also. In fact, they are both national records. So Hlesdottir breaking the mark of Bjarnadottir, who we've seen in the 400 metres, and just shows how strong Icelandic sprinting has been over the last couple of years. So it was 23.45, so she's only broken it by 100th of a second. And then just looking at Valieva, well, yeah, supremely impressive. Good handful of points for Azerbaijan. They've both beaten Gasparelli, who was the favourite just about coming into this.
A fine win for the Icelandic woman. Well, I mean, it's just a coronation now for their male and female athletes. Iceland on top and Azerbaijan with Valieva delighted. So a little bit of ground regained by the Moldovans as a result of this second heat of the women's 200 metres with her performance there. But all credit to Hlesdottir, thoroughly deserved to take the title in a fabulous time. The second of the 200s gets underway. The subplot, remember the gap between the Bosnians and the Moldovans. Good start from Thor Grimson, but he's given Nagaev a figure to chase, and it's the 100-metre winner, the slightest of those vying for the victory coming away. Music of Bosnia is in second place. Watch the clock. Oh, 20.76. Fantastic. And he's done the double. Absolutely fabulous. What a win there from Nagaev. He had a wonderful athlete to chase in Thor Grimson round that corner. All credit to Music, who's come home 21.10 to claw back some time on the Moldovan from the first heat. So the Bosnians, with 12 points to play with before this race, now have a little more daylight. But what a run and what a win from Nagaev, Alex.
Yes, doing what he did in the 100 metres, that is supremely impressive. And yes, I wonder whether he'll say this one as it was expected, given that he thought it was a bit of a surprise yesterday.
This has been an excellent day for the athletes from Azerbaijan. 20.75, he's joint third on the Azerbaijan all-time list. Music with a big PB, and so too Galea Sola. So Bosnia in third, Moldova in fifth.
Okay, so this is just a little earlier after 34, 37 events, but I'm sure 36 out of 37 is showing on the result system as the two countries being level and going down to the number of victories.
Absolute carnival atmosphere here, Alex Seftel. And I've got absolutely no idea whether it is going to be Bosnia or Moldova. It comes down to this after what, 10 or 11 hours of non-stop athletics for 2 days. This is what it should be, nail-biting right to the very end.
Yes, for sure. And I guess the presence of Amel Tuka might just help Bosnia in this. And also favourably on countback, it's 3 victories each and then 4 second places for Bosnia compared to 2 for Moldova. So it would look good unless the Moldovans can be 2 places in front therefore and 1 point ahead overall at the very end, if that all makes sense. Well, there have been some very, very important results to get closer to sealing promotion. Obviously, we know Iceland, 20 top 2 finishes is simply incredible. Starting off yesterday with Hilmar Orn Jonsson in the hammer. But performances right across track and field bringing together athletes in such an unusual way to fight over every single point. And Moldova, they've had headlines through the likes of Emilianov in the throws and Mardara in the javelin, helping them stay in contention because the gap had grown to 16 points, then all of a sudden down to 1. But Moldova, look at this, Grigorovci well ahead of Tuka as we wait for the stagger to unwind. Moldova doing everything, even though you can see now closes in and the gap's rather small between the top 4, Rob.
Yes, and it won't be small for much longer because Fanny Arendt has taken the baton and she will do in this heat what Barrage did in the previous. Kulea, the Moldovan, is desperately trying to pour on the pressure here. It was a great first leg for Grigorovski of Moldova, and the Bosnians are going backwards. At the moment, there is more than one place between Bosnia and Moldova. Moldova second, and Bosnia in 5th, and the Moldovans run really well to not lose too much ground to Fanny Arendt, but this is starting to look better for the Moldovans, who take the baton in 2nd, but it's Luxembourg leading.
Well, Jana Sulic on that second leg for Bosnia, going out really early wide to make sure she was in the right position. But you can see here, Moldova still in 2nd place and Bosnia in 5th. So that result would mean that the Moldovans would be promoted to the 2nd league. Got to watch out for athletes that were staying in lanes in the early stage of this race as well, and make sure that we get an official result by the end of things. But Luxembourg, I mentioned they won the men's 4x4, the games of the small states of Europe. They're being challenged here by Moldova with a fantastic leg from Galushko. Bosnia still back in 5th. Malta have made up a place. Oh, what a final leg this could be. Gina McNamara has been tactically brilliant in the middle distance races. Now, how's she going to do in this 4x400? And Moldova still leading from Luxembourg, then it's Malta, the gritted teeth of McNamara, and then the Icelandic quartet, who we know are the champions, going straight back up to the 2nd league of the European Athletics Team Championships. And if you've enjoyed these 2 days, don't forget, so much still to come across the weekend. But Luxembourg right on the outside here with Elise Romero. They're going to be promoted as well, and it looks like Moldova will be as well. So this result right at the end, we're going to see the top 3 promoted teams as things stand going up to the 2nd league. And what a way to seal it for Moldova with Xenia Bergi on that last leg. Well, I will stress that we will wait for the official result, of course, but top 3 across the line appear at this stage to have all been promoted to the 2nd division.
The only thing we need to make certain of is that there are no retrospective disqualifications for infringements at the baton changeover. Well, what a way to do it for Moldova. They didn't just crawl across the line, they stormed across the line. Iceland, of course, having the biggest cheer of all. They finished 3rd in that mixed 4x4, but they have absolutely smashed everyone. They were the favourites, along with Moldova, to go back up to Division 2, and they've done it straight away. Excellent couple of days for Luxembourg. Your heart has to go out to the Bosnian quartet. Not their fault individually. They ran okay. The Moldovans were just absolutely brilliant. They ran as if their lives depended on it. And right from that first leg, as soon as Grigorovski set the tone from lane 7, the Moldovans were absolutely magnificent.
Well, you've been watching coverage of the European Athletics Team Championships across the last couple of days. We've seen Iceland take the title and go back up to the 2nd league at the first time of asking. And we've also seen Luxembourg, brilliant showing for them as well, comfortably promoted also. There's been a change of result though. Bosnia and Herzegovina going up to the second league instead of Moldova, and that's because of a lane infringement in the mixed 4x400 meters. Really unfortunate, of course, for the Moldovan team, who had initially finished first there in that mixed 4x400 meter relay. The disqualification means that Bosnia do remain in third overall, as they had been by 1 point coming in, and it's a margin of 12 points in the end. So yes, finishing with a relay always meant that it was possible that we'd see a disqualification, and it was in the end, unfortunately, a pretty clear lane infringement. But Iceland very much dominant, more so than we expected, over 50 points ahead of anyone else on the team. We know they've been playing cards at the team hotel, and certainly the atmosphere has been very strong in the Icelandic camp.
Feeling really good. Really enjoyed that. It's not often that this sport is so team oriented. So like these past 2 days of like competing as a team, I've really enjoyed it.
Yeah, it's been awesome. It's been awesome to experience this with the great team that we have, and we can't be more proud of our team today. So everyone showed up and did their best.
There were a lot of highlights, and we had so many national records. So of course this is exceptional. We have a really great team, a rich diversity, people who do it already for many years, and some youngsters, so it's really cool to live this experience together.
We are sorry for Moldova that they are disqualified. That's on our lucky, but after many years, it's a history for us. That's the reason we are so happy to get in the second division. So we are so excited to continue to celebrate with the team.
Hi, I'm Nadia Batogritti. Sign up now to the European Athletics YouTube channel.